Hi everybody! Valentine's Day is this week and we wanted to do something special. We wanted to do something that, no matter who your significant other is, they're probably gonna like this. So, why don't you tell them what we're making?
Okay, we're making puff pastry. And I've actually never made this before, so I'm really interested in, I've seen this made before, but I'm really interested in this recipe because I've wanted to make this for a while. And actually Bob didn't know this, but when he suggested this, I got really excited because I want to see how to do it so that I can do it at home. So I'm going to be paying really close attention, as I hope you are, because I am going to make this as soon as I find out how to do it.
Well, guess what? Surprise is really on him because he's going to do all the work and I'm going to just stand by and make sure everything goes okay.
That's the best way to learn.
So what we're going to do is we're going to create the puffs, those little cream puffs that you can buy. And the reason why this is great for anybody is if you have a significant other that doesn't like sweet stuff, we're going to tell you in the ingredients how to switch them around so that you can make these savory. When I was little, my mother used to fill these with chicken salad and tuna salad for parties. And I'll tell you, you've never had a savory cream puff filled with a chicken salad that tasted better than those, or even the tuna salad. So this is going to give you the option to do that. We are going to fill them, since it is Valentine's Day, with strawberries. So we're going to take you through the ingredients, and then what we'll do is we'll go right to making everything and show you how easy this is to do, and it's fun. And if you've got kids, it's fun to do with the kids too. All right, let's get going. You ready? So you'll need 6 tablespoons of butter, 6 eggs, 4 whole eggs and 2 egg whites. Those blue ones are from our Americana chicken. Crack them in a bowl and put them all together. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. If you're making this savory, don't use the sugar and increase the salt to 1 teaspoon. 5 3/4 ounces of flour. Doesn't need to be sifted, but it should be weighed. You'll need 1 cup of water. For the strawberries, about 4 cups, a piping bag with a piping tip, preferably an open tip, and a baking sheet with parchment paper. Make sure it's not wax paper unless you like to eat crayons. You ready?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
so
go.
you're going to start over here, and I've kind of put all the ingredients together. So the water, the butter, the salt, and the sugar, boil them up. When they're boiling, add the flour and use the spatula to just start mixing it and go right off the heat right after you add the flour.
All right.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to get the strawberries started. So we used those frozen strawberries I showed you.
And I'm adding water, butter, and salt.
Sugar and salt.
Oh, sugar and salt. So here's
Now,
the
this
sugar.
is where you make the change that I mentioned earlier, where you would leave out all that sugar and just add a little more salt. It'll be in the recipe down there. So I've got the strawberries. We're going to cover them in sugar. And then they're going to get just a touch of water. And they go right on the stove. You don't need to put them on high heat. Medium heat is fine. So the strawberries are going. Those are going to boil. You gotta get the flour in it.
Here we go.
And off the heat. And just start stirring and stirring and stirring.
See what I'm doing there?
So the whole idea
It's
here,
making like a dough.
is just incorporate the flour, and then you're going to need some kind of mixer. You can use a hand mixer or a stand mixer. You want to use either your beater attachment or your blender attachment. And then what you're going to do is start adding the eggs as best as you can.
Oh, that's smooth, baby.
And go ahead, boss.
All right. Wow, that is smooth. Okay.
So the next thing to do is to pipe it onto the pan after he gets it in there.
And when you transfer it, you can just like wipe it off on the inside of the bag.
The other thing is you can fold the bag over.
Oh, that's probably would have been better. To not get it over.
Well, see, this is the part of trying to do something the first time. You get to learn these tricks.
All right.
Yeah, and then you fold it back. So here, pop one under each corner.
There we go. Okay. Oh, just to hold it down.
Just to hold it down. Just tiny. Yep, that's
blur.
it. All right, man. See if you can make a heart.
A heart.
See if you can make a heart.
All right. Okay. How big am I going here?
As big as you want. So make about 2-inch size balls.
Okay.
And yeah, that's good. Yeah, and keep them a couple inches apart. That's it. This goes into the oven preheated at 425. You're going to leave it in there for 10 minutes. Then you're going to turn it down to 350 and you go another 10 minutes. The reason you need the higher heat is because you need that water to quickly boil so that you get that puffing action. And once it blows up and puffs from the steam, the remaining 10 minutes at 350 will solidify the cooking.
A few moments later.
All right, timer just finished. JP's going to pull them out. We're going to see what they look like, and then we're going to move on to filling them.
All right, let's go.
Now, while these have been cooking, you keep those strawberries on the oven because you want to reduce them as much as you can and get a little bit of a sauce. You could strain the strawberries out. Oh, those look great. Yeah. Oh, the little heart is a little flappy. That's okay. That's most likely from the piping bag. So you're going to let these sit for 10 minutes because you want them to cool so that they harden. Right now they're a little soft to the touch, and you need them to be crusty. So a minimum of 10 minutes. Like you could literally make these a week in advance and freeze them. They're great frozen, and then you pull them out, you let them thaw, and then you can use them for anything, right? So if you just make a whole bunch of these, and there's a ton of batter, and you just put them away, they're great. And if you're trying to watch your calories, like we said we were going to try this year, you can make tiny ones. Make a lot of tiny ones, then fill them with a little of whatever your favorite filling is and throw them in the freezer. Why don't you slice that open? Let's see if the inside looks good.
So I'm just gonna go gentle here because it's still a little soft. Just gonna cut the top off there.
I will say, I don't think
got a nice
anyone
pocket.
will complain about hot strawberry filling.
We'll just keep it hinged just a little bit. Let's get a shot of that.
Okay, so fill it with some of the strawberry sauce and some of the strawberries, a little squirt of whipped cream, close the lid, and then, you know, if you wanted it to be one of those things you eat with your hands, you're going to want to put a little less sauce on the inside. But if it's an eat in the bowl kind of thing, you know, add ice cream, add a little chocolate sauce, caramel sauce, and then put whipped cream on top. Make it a beautiful sundae if you want.
A modest amount there.
It's good.
I'll just lay it.
Yeah, just be careful. It's oozing liquid napalm, so. It's so good and messy.
Oh man. Yeah, that's good. I'll give it a thumbs up.
So I'm actually gonna just taste the actual pot of choux. Yeah. Came out perfect.
Perfect.
Yes, excellent.
This is how easy it is. You can make funny shapes. You can make snakes. You can make, tubes. You can make letters, right? You could actually spell the word love if you wanted. You do whatever you want with these, and bake them up, freeze them, serve them with a bunch of different stuffings. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. JP and I want to wish you just the best. We hope that every day for you is Valentine's Day, that you have a lot of love in your life, and thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks, and enjoy the day.
If you enjoy the content, subscribe, click the bell icon so you know when we get new ones. Leave a comment below.
Do us a favor and tell us what you would fill these puff pastries with.
Thanks again, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget what JP and I always say.
You can cook anything.